Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between. I'm Amanda.
And I'm Emily.
And today we are starting the final act of the infectious madness of Dr. Dekker.
Yes, I don't know about you, but I'm ready to finally figure out... Well, first of all, I have no idea what's going on. I will never be able to figure out with any of this. I just want to know who killed him and get over it. You can all move on with your infected lives. All of you patients, none of you are going to be cured because you don't want to be cured. Let's go on. Next day.
Next day.
You said you'd help me with my problem, but he's still here.
Who is still here?
Dr. Dekker. He wants me to kill people.
Dekker wants you to kill people?
He wants them to follow me to the sea.
What'd I tell you?
What happens when they follow you?
It eats them.
What did I tell you?
Dr. Dekker says when it's strong enough, it's going to walk again. That's why I black out.
Why do you black out?
He doesn't want me to know. He doesn't want me to remember. I'm feeding a beast that wants to eat us all. You've got to tell me, Doctor. You have got to tell me the truth.
What do you want me to tell you?
You're dreaming, but your dreams are the truth. Don't forget me when you wake. I don't know how I'm in your dream, but now we're together. Let's play a game.
I don't think so. Jade wanted to do some fun and that involved pliers.
Yeah.
What game?
I say a word, you say a word. Ready? Guilty.
Maybe we can do something... Oh, okay, never mind. I guess we can't go do that. Okay, innocent.
Murderer.
Mariana or Claire?
I feel like the game is pointing towards Claire, but I think it's Mariana.
You think Mariana killed Dekker, or you think Mariana should be our answer?
I think Mariana killed Dekker, and I think she should be our answer.
Okay. Claire, I mean, we've already established she is a murderer. Mariana.
Wrong answer. Now you're stuck with me. 3 little words and I'll let you go.
The fuck are you talking about? I love you. I don't like this.
Yes. Yes, you do.
We're dead. She killed Dekker. And now she's gonna kill me! Oh my god!
Oh my god!
You rang my doorbell.
The truck driver
The little girl.
killed himself.
David is weird.
She's watching me.
I need to put David
Molly,
out of his misery.
is it okay to steal things?
Sleeping tablets.
Fingerprints?
Dead bodies.
I saw Jessica.
Should I kill David?
Hilda died last night.
Do you think I should tell her about
Psychokinetics?
the photos?
Dr. Dekker seemed to like a drink.
Bit of a drinking problem.
It's probably the same for Jaya.
One of his patients was trying to kill him,
He lent me some money.
leaving him messages.
Creature, human flesh.
I'd teleported.
Do you have that dream, Doctor?
Oh, doctor. You look... There's something I need to tell you. I can't find Dr. Dekker's prescription pad anywhere. I'm not sure when it went missing, but I don't remember seeing it for a while. Yours is there, but I'm scared one of the patients may have got their hands on it. Let me know if you find it, anyway, and ask me about Mariana later. I've got news.
Dekker's prescription pad is missing. I should ask the patients about it. And the death threats Nathan said were on it. Alright, do we want to start with Mariana?
No, let's go from the beginning. Start with Nathan.
Hello, Nathan. How are you today?
I think you know who killed Dr. Dekker, so you're gonna have a good day. Can we talk a bit about hypnotism, though?
I don't think Nathan did it. Oh, let's ask him. Who murdered Dekker?
This might feel like the darkest timeline, but it's not my darkest timeline. I didn't kill Dr. Dekker. I'd look at one of your other patients, or maybe even your assistant.
Well, someone's been talking to Professor Warwick. Hypnotism.
I've heard you can plant key words in people when they're hypnotized. How would I know if I had any? I think that the hypnotism didn't take, but maybe Dr. Dekker did hypnotize me, and it did work, and he told me to think that it didn't. I think I found one of the key words.
What keyword?
I can't say what it is. I don't want to trigger it. I was on the phone to my dad last night, and he said something, and boom, I fell asleep. Normally I wish that kind of thing would happen, but it just happened. I phoned him back. I thought it was seconds, but it was an hour later. I asked him what he'd said. He'd watched some NASA program. He was reading off planets. It was one of them.
All right, Amanda, which one is Lovecraftian?
I'm thinking.
Pluto's technically not a planet anymore.
I don't know. Let's come back to this.
All right. Prescription pad.
Do you know about the prescription pad?
His prescription pad's missing. The one with all the death threats on it. Do you think the murderer took it to cover their tracks?
How are they covering their tracks?
I suppose it could be a coincidence, but I'm guessing whoever murdered Dr. Dekker stole his prescription pad.
How have things been with Mariana?
Things have been interesting. Thanks to Mariana.
Why?
We went on a date. Well, sort of. She texted me this bar she was going to, and I just turned up. She can dance. I was transfixed most of the night. Next thing I know, I'm lying in my bed, at home. The room's spinning. The day moved forward. In fact, every night I go and watch Mariana dance, the day moves forward. Do you think Mariana likes me?
It's because something tragic happens.
Oh, yes. I don't
It's
know. I
because
don't
someone
want to
dies.
Yeah. I don't want to answer the no. I don't know. I want to talk to her first, I think.
Yeah.
How do you feel about Hannah now?
I'm at peace with Hannah now. I can save her. And I'll keep trying, but I must move forward. I did kind of ask you not to talk about this anymore, but I suppose you're not taking notes.
Nathan, clearly I'm taking notes. I'm gonna write that.
Yeah.
Question after question after question. They're all meaningless, aren't they? That one is, anyway.
Yeah, sassy.
No, Mariana does not like you. She's
She
evil.
she uses people. No, Mariana doesn't like you.
So what you're trying to say is that Mariana is just using me and has no interest in me romantically whatsoever. Thanks. That helps my self-esteem.
You know what? Sometimes truth hurts, buddy.
All right, let's figure out what's going to knock you out.
I feel like it's either Pluto or Saturn. That's just me, though.
Okay, go for it.
Pluto's not a planet, is it? And why are you even trying?
Saturn? Where'd he go? You just went into a trance.
So he did plant me with something. I have absolutely no idea. Did you find out what the key word is? What is it? No. Don't say it. Write it down for me. And thank you. You know, there's something I've not been telling you.
What haven't you been telling me?
It's about time travel.
Ask about Molly.
Ask about Molly or ask about time travel?
Ask about time travel first, actually.
I read a book about time travel. I thought what was happening to me was a type of time travel. I couldn't control it, but at the end of each day, I would travel back in time to the beginning and live it over again. I'm like Doctor Who, but I don't have a TARDIS, and I can't choose what time I go to. Except once.
What do you mean, except once?
The doctor said she was legally still alive. The only thing they could do was starve her. Hannah didn't die in the accident the first time around. It was worse than death. She wouldn't have wanted that. I was looking at a photo from around the time of the accident. I had a lot of alcohol, which I think was probably necessary. I jumped back to the junction. I started pulling out, but the lorry was already on us. I drove into the lorry to make sure. I didn't wake up in hospital because I woke up the next day, present day. Things had changed.
Have you? Well, Emily, I know you haven't. There's a game called Life is Strange, which I'm sure many of you have heard of. That's exactly what happens there. What had changed about Hannah's death?
Her obituary changed in the press clippings I kept. It said she was killed instantly. Nothing else changed. Her family seemed to hate me more, which is ironic because the first time around, they pulled her off life support. So I saved them the indignity. Now they just think it was my careless driving that caused her death.
Should we just say Mars?
Just say
'Cause we're not
Mars.
moving.
I don't want it to be triggered.
Why lie about Hannah being on life support?
I haven't been lying. As far as everyone's concerned, she died in that car accident. Instantly.
Did you ever think to drive away from the lorry?
I didn't have time. I jumped back to the split second the accident happened. The truck was already on us. I swerved left the first time, so I tried right. If I could have saved her, I would have done. I didn't want her to die.
All right, Mariana. Do you know about the stolen prescription pad?
Why would someone steal Dr. Dekker's prescription pad? I didn't even know he had one.
Did you write the death threats?
I prefer actions over words, Doctor. You know that.
Did you take the prescription pad?
Wow. That's a low blow, Doctor. And after all our sessions, I'm not a thief. Even the loan, that was just unfortunate.
Tell me about the loan.
Dr. Dekker asked for his loan back after diagnosing me as sane. In his opinion, my blackouts and everything else were fictional. He had no proof, of course, either way, or I'd be cured, but he asked for his money back, and I didn't have it.
Did you kill Dekker because you owed him money?
Why would I do that? Dr. Dekker transferred our loan agreement to Claire at Castleford. She bought him out. I owe her the money now.
The plot thickens. Tell me about the loan transfer.
I don't know why she did it, but Dr. Dekker got repaid, and now my agreement is with Claire. You should ask her.
On that note, how... Oh, sorry,
I wonder if Mariana's actually Iris.
That would be funny.
Anyway. How are you today?
Yeah.
I'm fine, Doctor. I went to the beach, swam under the sea, and returned to tell the tale. No blackouts. Nothing.
How are your dreams?
I don't dream, Doctor. I haven't dreamed for years now.
Then why are you seeing that shadowy figure? You're lying about not dreaming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I did say that was a dream, didn't I? Is it easier to swallow, knowing it's the truth?
What's the truth?
The truth is, I'm not like you, Doctor. Or anyone else. I can swim to the bottom of the ocean for hours. And people follow me. Even if it's the last thing they do.
Tell me about being followed.
People follow me into the sea. I don't force them, they just follow to see the creature.
What is the creature?
I'm not sure what you'd call it. A wisp? A star? It's so bright and warm and loving. I don't know why it leaves me. It only wants the others. It feeds on them.
How does it feed?
When I look down, I black out. But if I can just keep looking forward, no blackouts. I can just swim back to the top when it's finished.
She didn't answer, but what's wrong with looking down? It's probably to see all the death.
Mm-hmm.
You really want to know? If I look down, it's writhing, just limbs of people from the clubs and the bars. Not just from this week, but last week, last month, last year. They all look terrified, but somehow still alive. The creature. It's all inside them, poking holes through them that they shouldn't have. It just eats them. Slowly.
The creature eats them?
The missing people. That's where they go. I don't know I'm doing it. I swear I don't, Doctor. The creature. I hear it. It's hungry. Nobody can know. It's our secret.
I can't keep a secret if people are getting hurt.
It's our secret. What will you tell people, that I'm feeding people to a creature at the bottom of the ocean? What proof do you have? You can't tell on me. You know what you do to me when you visit. I let you do it because sometimes I'm ashamed of what I've done. You make me feel like I deserve it.
What do I do when I visit you?
You get inside me, Doctor, and it hurts. And you don't care.
That got dark.
Yeah.
Real dark. What missing people?
I can't explain what happened with John. He followed me back from the bar that night and swam with me under the ocean. I blacked out. He'd gone.
Who's John?
You must have read about John in the news. He was a local student who went missing. He was a looker. And he had a way with words, but he was also a cheat. The creature liked eating him a lot. But I can't explain what happened next.
What happened next to John?
I left him to be eaten. And the next morning, he turns up in my bed at my house. He's not wet at all. No signs he's been in the sea, but he has holes in him. Lots of holes. His inside is on the outside. Just a ball of tangled worms. And now they're blaming me, but you knew that, Doctor, didn't you? That's why I'm here.
Why are you really here?
They think I killed John. John and some others. They need to know whether I'm insane or not.
Did you kill John?
No. The creature killed John.
Who needs to know whether you're insane?
My lawyer. He says I'm insane, but that he needs you to rubber stamp it. Do you think I'm insane, Doctor?
No.
Yes, but not about this.
Yeah. No, you're not insane.
I told you how grateful I'd be. But you need to fix my problem first. If they try me as sane, I'll be in prison for a long time. And then, how would you get your reward, Doctor?
I don't fucking care. How well do you know Claire?
She's the woman that took over the loan I had with Dr. Dekker.
Has anyone else turned up at your home?
You're a naughty one, Doctor. You know you visited my home. Why do you keep denying it?
I did not visit you at home.
Don't you remember? That's a shame. You had fun.
What did we do?
If you can't remember, I'm certainly not going to enlighten you.
Well, she's a manipulative little bunny.
Yeah, but we knew that.
What's the news about Mariana? Speaking of which.
I've been reviewing your files. I know, I'm sorry, a bit naughty, but have you considered that Mariana may have murdered Dr. Dekker because of the money she owed him? As she had most to gain. She got all the money if he died, and it makes most sense, doesn't it?
See, now that makes me think that Mariana didn't do it.
I know. Now it's like, now is it Claire or Jaya?
Yeah.
Anyway.
How are you today?
I'm worried about you, Doctor. You seem quiet and, well, it's just your fingerprints on the bottle. Maybe you touched it by accident? You didn't know him, did you?
No,
maybe
I didn't.
we're Dekker.
Like come back, like the creature coming out of his mouth?
Then
Yeah.
why are your fingerprints on his vodka bottle? No, don't answer that. Oh, the infectious madness of Dr. Dekker, who hasn't it touched? I'm so worried.
Why are you worried
Roll
about
credits.
me? Mm-hmm.
You just seem a little different from the person who turned up all those weeks ago. You don't talk to me as much as you did. You flitter between patients in a daydream. Tell me what things are bothering you.
Sounds like Jaya might think I'm going insane. Do you think I'm going insane?
Who measures sanity or insanity? One man's philosopher is another man's fool. I'm keeping an eye on you. I won't let you go crazy.
I do
How
think
are
it's
you
funny
coping?
where it's like, oh, let's look at the notepad. Now we go straight to the question. I think she thinks I'm going insane. I should ask, do you think I'm going insane?
Yep. How are you coping with the grief?
I think I'm okay with the grief now. My mother died suddenly, and I think I was projecting Dr. Dekker's death to be about her. I know they're not related.
How did your mother die?
My mother
Was
died
her mother Hilda?
suddenly, like Dr. Dekker. For her, though, it was different. She burst into flames. I was 7. They said she must have been smoking and drinking on the sofa, but she doesn't smoke or drink. Professor Alderby said it was spontaneous combustion.
You said Dr. Dekker's prescription pad went missing.
Dr. Dekker's prescription pad is still missing. I'll let you know if it turns up.
Tell me about the death threats.
I didn't know anything about that. If I have any grievances with my employer, I spit in their coffee. I hope that's how you like it.
Did you have any grievances with Dekker?
Don't become like Dr. Dekker. I think that somebody killed him because he was using them. There's some footage I can't show you because it would affect you too much. Suffice to say, when Mariana told him she could breathe underwater, he wanted the same power for himself. So instead of trying to cure her of it, he'd try and amplify it to see how it worked, so he could imagine it for himself. I think he did that with all his special patients. I think he wanted all of their powers. If you believe in that sort of thing.
Mariana and Claire, at least. Who were the special patients?
Any patient who presented with psychokinetic issues, they were his special patients. Towards the end, he began ignoring all the other cases. Most of the patients saw it as a curse. what they were experiencing, what they were unwittingly doing. Dr. Dekker saw it as an ability, a power to be harnessed and used for, well, God knows what he was going to use it all for. So we made them give in to it, and it consumed them, consumed all of them. Whether you believe any of that or not is your choice, but they did, which made them angry. And that's why I think he was murdered by a patient.
Well, Bryce has to be one of them then. Who do you think murdered Dekker?
It's not your job to find out who the murderer is. It's the police. You can only point them in the right direction. Murder is a means to an end. There's a lot more going on here you should be thinking about.
Do you think Cthulhu was real?
A fictional space god that's resting at the bottom of the Atlantic. It's not likely, is it? Or maybe you think it is. Have you spoke to Mariana today?
I'm not sure the patients are improving.
Your patience will always be a bother, but you're caring for people. We do still care, don't we, Doctor? In a few weeks' time, there'll be a whole new bunch of faces with a whole new bunch of quirks. Let's not have a whole new doctor, shall we?
Let's keep going.
All right.
Oh, you look colorful, Elin, and your hair is down. Do you know anything about the prescription pad?
What about the prescription pad?
Do you know about the death threats?
Someone was sending Dr. Dekker death threats. Had no idea. He never said anything to me about it.
Did you take the pad?
They're all wearing red and blue so far.
Yes, I took it. I had to.
Eh? Why? Oh, she's got cookies in her lap. That's what...
Dr. Dekker told me he could use it to take away my gift.
How? Ask about that. Or actually ask how she is today first.
So I'm thinking about that. Something clicked, but I'm not sure how to articulate it yet.
I'm good. I feel better. Last session, that was all negative. I don't want to be like that. I made you something. A little thank you for being so nice. They're cookies.
Aw. Well, to be fair, I do the same thing for people that are nice to me. Why were you feeling negative?
I'm a happy person. And really, what's the point of being miserable? It doesn't matter what's going on at work or anything. Happy is the only goal. Max told me that. I think some footballer might have said it.
Who's Max again? He's the guy that she dated!
Yeah. Or went on a date
I
with.
told you about Max, right?
Yeah.
Didn't I mention him before?
Didn't you date Max?
Yes, but you don't know the whole story. Max is 77. He was one of my patients. I thought he was dying, so I shifted for him. Became an old sweetheart of his, apparently. Only Max didn't die. He actually got better somehow. And then he came and asked me to do it again.
That's creepy. She fooled around with him.
Okay.
Who was Max's sweetheart?
Eleanor, her name was, or is. Like I say, he doesn't even know where she is now. But she obviously still loves him. When I shifted, I felt...
She's at the bottom of the ocean.
Fluttery and excited. It's so sweet, isn't it?
Did you become Eleanor for Max?
Yes. Max and Eleanor had dinner on Valentine's Day. I felt a bit weird when he asked me. But he said he just wanted to have one more date with her and then he wouldn't ask me again. And to be fair, He was a perfect gentleman. I mean, I didn't want to have that conversation.
You said you fooled around with Max.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I lied about Max coming back to my place. I was scared. I didn't know you very well, and you were asking me about Valentine's night, and well, I don't have an alibi. The truth is, I got a taxi back here after the date. But it's okay, because you know me now, and you know I'd never have hurt Dr. Dekker. Are you sure you don't want a cookie?
Oh. This is muddying the waters for me. Why did you come here after your date with Max?
I was feeling guilty about taking the prescription pad. I didn't think anyone else would be here, so I was going to return it. But when I got here, there was someone in the office, so I left.
When did she steal the prescription pad? Let's ask her that before anything else. Oh, good. Right there.
It was on the day he died. I took it when he was getting me a drink, you know, because I was in a bit of a state.
Why would Dr. Dekker want to take away your gift?
I don't think he wanted to stop me, just for me to think that he could, so he could get me to do what he wanted. I don't know, it shook me up a bit.
See, now I'm thinking she didn't do it again.
I know, it's weird.
What did Dr. Dekker want you to do?
Dekker wanted me to teach him how to shift, but I don't really know how I do it, so I'm not sure I could teach someone else to.
Did you kill Dekker?
I could never hurt anyone. You have to believe me, Doctor.
I'm gonna skip over the thank you.
Yeah, what's in the cookies first?
What's in the cookies?
The usual stuff. Flour, sugar, butter, chocolate chips, and my special ingredient. A little herbalist magic to give you some pep. You look like you need it.
It's weed.
Weed?
She put weed in the cookies.
You put herbs in the cookies?
You can put herbal remedies in food. The effect's more subtle, but it does work.
Weed doesn't make you peppy, though.
No, it doesn't. No, Amanda, it doesn't. Because she put...
Why did you shift again for Matt? Let's just thank her for bringing me a present. I mean, I don't know.
You're very welcome.
That was
Why
it?
did you shift? Yeah.
Okay.
Why did you shift again for Max?
Thing is, because Max didn't die, he saw me change back after I let go of his hand. There wasn't anything I could do about it.
Why didn't Max die?
I don't know why Max didn't die. It usually works.
Works? Works? What do you mean by it usually works?
I just mean when I shift. They see their loved one and say what they have to say, and then there's nothing stopping them from moving on. Why? What did you think I meant?
That you kill them.
What time did you come to the office after your date?
It was quite early, about 9:30ish.
Who was in the office? I want to ask her that. She's probably going to say, I don't know, but, you know, nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you check your notes? Maybe there's something else you could ask me?
Oh.
Well, nothing else we can ask her. All right, Claire. How are you today?
I'm fine. I killed David. Again. Like you told me to.
Did you see Anushka again?
Anushka's fine, I would imagine. Her father came over to talk about the missing cat. It would have been an easier conversation had I not been splattered in blood and sweating like a milkmaid.
What did Anushka's father do?
It seemed like he wanted to give me a piece of his mind, but when he saw the state I was in, he fled. There were no police that turned up. I suspect I've got away with it, at least this second time. Now all that's left is for you to write up my diagnosis.
I'm gonna come back to that. How did you kill David?
With an axe. I got him to put his head on the wood block. He didn't really know what he was doing. He trusted me. I cut off his head. When I picked it up, he was smiling. Probably a muscle spasm.
I feel bad for her.
I don't know if I do. She might be a killer. I mean, she
yeah,
murdered him. I mean, she already killed him.
Yes.
Once.
Yes, she did. I think, yeah. I do think she loved him, though. Like, because you don't act out if you don't care or if you don't have feelings. I'm not saying that excuses it. I'm not saying that excuses it. Because like I said in previous videos, she did it. She deserves to go to prison. Intentions don't matter. Plenty of people have their husbands leave them and they don't do this.
Okay.
What else can you tell me about Dekker?
Oh, the continuing saga of Dr. Dekker. After he'd seen David and done his due diligence, he came up with an offer I couldn't refuse. Remember? The one I told you about when we first met.
What was Dekker's offer?
Dr. Dekker wanted me to reanimate him. He said he would kill David unless I agreed.
How were you supposed to reanimate him?
He called me on Valentine's night. He promised to use a disposable phone so there would be no trace. I was supposed to come here, where I would find him dead, and then reanimate him. I agreed immediately. It seems that Dr. Dekker went through with his half of the agreement. But I forgot to turn up.
You know, oddly, I know that's wrong, but I kind of respect that.
Respect what?
That she didn't turn up.
She said she forgot.
Did you see her face, though? She didn't forget.
I don't know.
Do you know anything about the prescription pad?
I never saw Dr. Dekker's prescription pad. I imagine he kept it hidden away. To stop people stealing it?
Did you write death threats on the pad?
I've already told you, I never saw
To
his
stop
prescription
people from
pad, so
stealing
of course
it.
I didn't write any death threats. It sounds like someone is trying to frame me. Who's trying to frame me, Doctor?
What diagnosis?
That I'm not sound of mind. That I wasn't sound of mind when I killed David. It's up to you whether you want to mention any of our other conversations. I'm happy either way.
What if I don't think you're insane?
Doctor, did I tell you about that time that I used the power of my mind to bring my husband back to life? I can't imagine what I'd do to the psychiatrist that double-crossed me. But I'm sure it will be fun. For me, at least.
Why would Dekker want to kill David?
Yes. Dr. Dekker threatened to kill David. That terrified me at the time. I still had hope that David would recover.
Do you think Mariana is framing you?
I don't really know the girl, but I did buy out her loan from Dr. Dekker. I mainly did it to shut him up about it. But can you imagine having him as a creditor? That poor girl. I hope it didn't accrue anything more than interest.
That's an interesting comment to make about him as a creditor.
Yeah, because I think she was feeling the same way as Mariana was. That, you know, Dekker had her in this impossible situation.
Yeah.
And that's why she forgot to turn up. So what did we learn here before we get to Bryce? We learned that Dekker knew he was going to die.
Mm-hmm.
He knew he was going to die, and he asked Claire to reanimate him.
And
we
the
know from
coffin
Jake,
was empty.
the coffin was empty. So
He was
maybe
killed
she
with a
did in
paper
the end.
spike.
Yes. We know that he was drugged with temazepam and alcohol. We know that Elin took his prescription pad, but she took it the day of the murder. So that's not enough time. I don't think that's enough time to get a... Well, it could be, actually. I've gotten prescriptions here in the UK same day, usually within a couple hours.
Yeah, I do that too. I can get a prescription within a few minutes, depending on whether or not they have it.
Yeah, so that doesn't prove anything.
Also, he once asked Jaya to forge his signature on a prescription pad.
Yes. I think more than one person did this.
Yeah, I think so too. All right, let's get into Bryce.
How are you today?
I'm not feeling very well. I tried to sleep through the midnight hour, and I slept for 8 hours. When I woke up, it was looking at me. That thing was looking at me. Time was still frozen. But I can't escape it. I'm doomed.
Why do you think you're doomed?
It knows what I did with Dr. Dekker. It's been taunting me.
What did you... Hold on, let's get through these questions first. How has it been taunting you?
It wanted me to follow it, so I did. It brought me here, Doctor. Here. It thinks I killed Dr. Dekker. I'm sure of it.
Did you?
I took his body. It was me. I took it from the coffin because I didn't want him put in the ground. I don't know what I was going to do with him. I just didn't think burial would be enough. Maybe I would cremate him. But the body disappeared.
How did the body disappear?
I know you want to be buried, but it's never the end, is it? I have a private tool shed at the graveyard. I moved his body in there before the burial, but when I came back, he'd gone. It was locked, and he'd gone. How did that happen, Doctor? How did Dekker do that?
Well, Bryce, you can teleport.
Maybe Dekker teleported? Do we want to ask the other questions before getting into that?
Yeah.
Do you know anything about the missing prescription pad?
I didn't steal Dekker's pad. I didn't have to. If I wanted to use it, I could just teleport in here and steal a sheet. Why take the whole pad? Why be that obvious?
Do you know anything about the death threats on the pad?
Well, kudos to whoever had the guts to do that. Wasn't me. What did they say? You've piqued my interest now.
What has been happening in the midnight hour?
I've tried to avoid my extra hour. I tried to sleep through it. I did try one thing. I spied on you, Doctor. You have a strangeness, don't you?
What strangeness do I have?
You live in the same house as Dr. Dekker. I spied on him several times, so I know the house very well.
What'd I tell you? It's
It's
Dekker back
almost
from the
entirely
dead.
the same. Why did you live in the same house as Dr. Dekker? Is it a perk? Or you, Dr. Dekker?
No, I'm not Dr. Dekker. The house is a perk. That's what I want to say.
Why do you want to say that?
Because he's unraveling.
Okay, so let's make him unravel more, make him feel like he's insane some more.
What good would you... Why?
I don't know, it's just that doesn't seem like a good reason. Like, you keep saying he's unraveling and everything, and that's not going to make it better.
Well, how is it not going to make it better if we try to just bring him back to reality?
He's not in reality, and what if he's right?
Let's ask the other questions first. Are you still stealing things?
I teleported back into the art gallery after our session, in the midnight hour. I replaced the painting, so I haven't stolen anything for a long time now. Perhaps a cheeky borrow best describes it.
How's Jessica?
I waved back at Jessica yesterday, and she smiled. It was bigger than normal. I think we may have made a connection, Doctor. The photos I have of her, I think I'm going to destroy them. They're my problem, not hers.
Good.
That's right.
All right. Maybe someone else moved Dekker's body.
Yeah.
If someone else moved Dekker, they'd had to have picked the lock, moved the body, and then locked up again. Why go to the trouble of locking up again?
Maybe Dekker teleported.
Maybe.
It's not out of the question to think that Dr. Dekker teleported himself out of the toolshed. If I can do it, he probably can. That's the kind of thing I've been thinking. But the thing that's been following me, it can teleport too. I think the thing might be Dekker. Is the thing Dekker?
Maybe Dekker is back from the dead. I'm going to say that first.
Yeah.
Perhaps. It had crossed my mind that Dr. Dekker perhaps resurrected himself. Maybe he wasn't dead, just sleeping.
I do think the thing is Dekker, but I don't know if that's the best thing to say to him.
Okay, but it doesn't matter what the best thing to say to him is.
Why not?
Well, A, it's a video game character, Amanda. B, he's already insane. C, this is the final act of the game.
What do you want to say?
I want to say, yes, the thing is Dekker.
All right.
And so it is. The thing is Dekker, and the thing wants to kill me. Please, tell Jessica I love her.
Then in that case, I'm going to say, no, I'm not Dr. Dekker.
Yes.
Thought it might be a perk. I'm sorry I spied on you. I was just getting worried that you weren't who you said you were. Just some mannerisms, strangeness. It's good you've adopted his dog, though. I'm not sure many people would have done.
I think it is Dekker, though.
I think it is too, just maybe not resurrected the way that we...
Yeah. I mean, I still think we're Dekker, so...
But I mean, a creature came out of his mouth.
Yep. Okay. You said you were trying to sleep.
Yeah, trying to sleep through the night.
I tried to sleep through my extra hour. I didn't want to face it. That thing has been taunting me. I wish I was still religious.
You said a thing was looking at you.
The thing that's following me, it doesn't have a face. I saw it close up when it was standing over me. It has no face, no eyes, no mouth, no nothing. Inside its hood is just space. Just a black hole.
It's a Dementor.
Or the Ghost of Christmas
Past.
future.
Or
Ghost
future,
of Christmas
yeah.
yet to come.
Yeah.
From the Muppet movie. All right. Do we have any other questions? Do you want to ask about Molly or no?
Yeah, ask about Molly.
What are you trying to get me to say? I don't know anything about that.
Okay, then.
All right.
Accused! Woo!
Let's go for it.
Who murdered Dr. Dekker? Okay, first of all, I don't think it was...
I think either Jaya or Mariana.
Gosh, I wish we had the clues in front of us.
think it might be Jaya.
Because he was hurting people?
He was hurting people, and she was like trying to tell people don't encourage, and she was trying to tell us in our nightmare to not encourage.
So we wouldn't fall down the same path?
Yeah.
Ooh, I hate that there are 6 options.
Alright, quickly, Amanda, I've given my explanation. What do you think?
I'm trying to think it through. Okay, I think Mariana is too obvious. I think Claire did indeed just let him die, hung him high and dry. Yeah, Jaya.
Doctor, we've had a bad day, haven't we? If you think I'm guilty, then one of your patients must have you just where they want you. I'll forget this indiscretion and go and put the kettle on. And perhaps you can have a lie down or something.
Oh, can we do it again? Mariana, then.
Mariana, yeah. This is nice. It gives you multiple choices.
I didn't kill Dr. Dekker. I can see why you may have thought that because of the money I owed him. But I wouldn't murder somebody to make a debt disappear. That's not something normal people do, is it?
But you're not normal.
Besides, I was growing on him. I think if we'd have had more time together, he would have seen I am a sound investment. What do you think, Doctor?
I do like the multiple chances. I'm very grateful for it. Actually.
Because I don't know what the
Clearly.
fuck is going on. So, like... Alright, Elin.
Yeah, because I
think Claire's too obvious still.
Elin? Okay.
Yeah. Watch, we're gonna go through all 6
No.
and they're all gonna be
No,
wrong.
you've got it all wrong. I'm not a murderer. I'm a good person. I help people. Don't you see? Dr. Dekker was going to ruin everything. If I showed him how to shift, I don't think he would use it to help people. Do you? He'd do bad things. I didn't want to kill him, but I didn't have any choice. I came back here after my date with Max. Confessed to stealing the prescription pad, so he let me in. Dr. Dekker was already drinking. It was easy to mix in a few sleeping tablets when he wasn't looking. Then I just waited. I was going to try to push him out of the window. Make it look like an accident. It would have been better for everybody, but I couldn't move him. So I used the paper spike. It's not a bad thing. I did it so I could keep helping people. You look so ill, Doctor. Here, take my hand. It's going to be okay.
After 3 tries.
Yeah. So in this...
But what about your patient? Oh, shh. But what about your patients? And what about you? Insanity. Well, yeah, that's what I was doing when we had to restart this game.
She told me that she's killing people. And now I'm stuck in the same day. Can you imagine? Every day she greets me like we're so in love. I know what she's done. I know what she's going to say to me later in the evening. It's over. I can't be with her. But part of me likes it repeating. It's normal.
Creature can walk and it's coming. It doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't matter what you think. It's going to kill all of us. It's going to kill everyone. It's going to kill you.
There's no need to go over old ground. I understand. David died when I stabbed him, and everything else since, everything else that's happened, that was all me. David, Anushka's father, Iris. What's next for me, Doctor? How do we cure what I have? By all accounts, and thanks to a very unfriendly jury, it seems like we're going to have quite a lot of time to figure that out.
No!
What I want to know is, how did you know which patient was the murderer? I mean, they all lied to you, didn't they? I'm just glad it's business as usual around here and I'm not having to look for another doctor again. It's embarrassing. Dr. Dekker almost caught me writing the advert for his replacement.
So it looks like the curse continues.
The curse continues at Dr. Dekker's psychiatry practice, where another physician has been murdered by a patient. Found by night cleaning staff, Dr. Dekker's replacement was pinned to the chair with a paper spike, in what police are describing as a copycat murder. Jaya. You're supposed to be looking after them. How many more do we have to go through before you get a good one?
Looks like we got the bad ending.
Or a bad ending.
Because we didn't cure our patients.
Yeah, so in this playthrough, at least it was Elin as the murderer, and we ended up dying in the end. So
I wonder who it was in our first playthrough.
I don't know, but what do you guys think? I actually did not enjoy this game at all.
Oh.
Way too confusing, way too much in depth. I don't know. It's a little bit too open for me. But what did you guys think? Yeah, I was not a fan of this game. Were you?
I liked parts of it, but it was definitely flawed. I don't know.
Like it got so loose and and to the point of too much lying that I feel like it wasn't even fun anymore.
Yeah, because I get the part of, I don't even know how to even describe it. It wasn't, there were no clear build-up. I guess, Elin was the one who was there at the time, and obviously we could have deduced that she was lying about someone being in the office.
I know, but there's not enough information for it to even be fun for you to figure out who's lying. You go into games like this assuming that people are going to lie, but this wasn't even, a fun way to assume, to, try and figure out who was lying.
Yeah, because some games, like Sierra has a few mystery games where they expect you to actually have a notebook while you're playing the game and write down clues, because a lot of it's just listening to people talk, but I don't know.
Anyway, what did you guys think? Did you enjoy this? Did you enjoy the playthrough? Did you agree with what we had to say? Let us know what your thoughts were down in the comment section down below. Smash that like button if you like this video, and please subscribe to our channel if you've not subscribed already. And until next time, I'm Emily.
And I'm Amanda.
We're Am and Dem, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye!
Bye!